Hi guys, just before I begin the video, I just wanted to remind you to please like and subscribe. It really helps reach more people. That's the goal for this channel and this podcast. So what I want to talk to you about today is the top 5 reasons why I feel that chronic illness will be the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, that's not the easiest thing to think about when you wake up and you feel like shit and all you want to do is feel sorry for yourself. But forcing yourself to do that forces yourself to focus on the things that are going well in your life, the things that you're grateful for, and that's when you start to be able to, feel better in your life and actually move forward and not stuck in the same negative thought patterns. And I bet if you can force yourself to think of something today, you can. Whether that's you're eating better, you're drinking less, just something. Just try and do it. But for me, top 5 reasons. Number 1, personal development. Personal development is something that I, self-help, all of that kind of stuff. I used to just find it, I just thought it was a load of bollocks. I would take the piss out of people that were, investing in themselves. I would, reading, all of that stuff just wasn't, didn't interest me. But even so much as I remember my friend took Spanish lessons and I was just like, oh, you're a loser. What are you doing that for? You're trying to better yourself. Now, trying to improve my health and constantly reading and doing all of these things and, going to workshops, I've gone down a rabbit hole. I've opened up Pandora's box and it's difficult to now go back. But, I know now that there's far better, that I can achieve far better in my life than I could before. And that's all because of chronic illness. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's forced me out of my comfort zone. I'm doing things, this right now. This was not something I wanted to do. And it's still not something I particularly kind of feel comfortable with doing, speaking into a camera, but then also putting it on the internet. Never would have done that before. I've been to numerous countries, trying different crazy things to get better. India, the United States, Mexico, Germany, all these kind of places, doing weird things, ayahuasca retreats, meeting new people, trying things like, meditation, breath work, Wim Hof retreats, all this stuff that I wasn't comfortable with doing, but I did it and out of my comfort zone. And that's what this chronic illness has forced me to do. And it will continue to force me to do. It gives you more confidence. So, I'm a lot more comfortable now with this sunlight is playing around with the shop. But anyway, I feel more confident in going into those situations. So, number 3, just being more open-minded and spiritual, as you can tell from what I was talking about, from what I've just been talking about with the, self-help and stuff like that. I wasn't very open-minded. Meditation, spirituality, the universe. It just wasn't something that I ever. Again, I'd probably take the piss out of people for it. I just thought I was happy in my own bubble, and I didn't want to look outside of it. Now, going and experiencing, going to this ayahuasca retreat that I went to recently. Doing this Joe Dispenza work. I've realised that actually life is like a lot more magical than you think it is. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it is. When you're a kid, you think Santa Claus is real, you think the Easter Bunny is real, everything's magical. And then when you get older, you start to become cynical and you're just very negative about things. And that's what I was like. And there's still a big element of me that's like that, but slowly but surely, going and experiencing these new things and being more open-minded. And you have to be more open-minded if you're going to recover, because you have to be open-minded for big things to happen. So yeah, that's a big thing for me, and I think it's going to serve me well in the coming years. Number 4, I'm just a better person. I don't think I was a bad person, and I don't think I'm a great person now or anything like that, but I'm just a better person because I'm being forced to kind of go and do these things and work on myself, which again, I don't like saying these terms like work on myself and and all of that kind of doing the work. It does just sound cheesy, and I find myself cringing just saying it, but it's all true. Like I'm I'm not spending all of my weekends going out and getting absolutely smashed like I did before. No, a large chunk of that is me either working on the business or doing things that are going to contribute to my health and my own, mindset, which for me is just something I never would have put time to doing had I not got ill. So, yeah. And I mean, one thing I haven't even mentioned here is I wouldn't have left my job. I guess that's out your comfort zone. I wouldn't have left my job. I wouldn't have started up a new business. They didn't even make the top 5. Number 5, and for me, this is probably the most important thing. I am fucking resilient. I am so fucking resilient now as a result. When I overcome all of this in its entirety and I'm better than ever, do you think there's going to be much that's going to faze me? And even if it does, do you think I'll then have the tools to then go and overcome it? I truly believe that I will. Whereas if I'd just been in my own comfort zone, like I was before, chronic illness had never hit, I'd had, everything was going my way, and then suddenly I had all of this adversity to deal with, I wouldn't be well equipped to deal with it. Whereas now I am fucking resilient. And for me, that's a big thing. If you can deal with the adversity and in your life and be more resilient, then you are going to be able to overcome all the little things that get to you each day, but then the bigger things that are stopping you from progressing. So that's it. That's my top 5. What I want to say to anyone listening to this, even if you don't have chronic health issues, actually, you've got to have chronic health issues for you to do this exercise. But if you do, or if you've got chronic pain, or you've got anything that's just really getting to you, think about the top 5 things, or even one thing that have happened as a result of that bad thing. And so for me, those are the top 5 things that have happened as a result of my chronic illness, and why I believe it will be the best thing that ever happened to me.